I went back into my phone to see if I could find anything from this ayahuasca journey, and I was able to locate some footage. So after I tell the story, and I'm going to do a reaction to it because I haven't watched it yet, so we can watch it together for the first time. I think it's going to be weird. Stay tuned. Alright, so I woke up anxious. It's like 5 a.m. right now, 5:16 or something. I feel the weight of my week, and I didn't make my to-do list yesterday. I feel like there's only one thing to do when you wake up anxious, and that's just to start the day. So let's just get started. Financial gymnastics is, of course, the topic that we cover a lot. So I always think, what do we spend money on most consistently? What do you go through a lot in your house? And then how can you work backwards? A great friend of mine, Jennifer Smith-Hale, told me many years ago to work backwards. And for some reason, that sticks in my mind, and I apply it to so many areas of my life. So when I'm thinking about my career as an actor and how I can sustain that in LA, in one of the most expensive cities, you become hyper aware of where all your money is going. So groceries, toiletries are a huge expense, and it's a constant rotation. If I want to buy, for instance, toilet paper less often, what do I have to do in order to do that? I have to work backwards. So if I want to cut down on toilet paper, but I'm going to be doing the same amount of shadoobies, I'm going to need a toilet seat bidet. Now, I had one at my old place, but I just mentioned that I moved, so now I gotta install this one. If you guys want something like this, I can link it in the description. Brondel? Sorry guys, sorry Brondel. I'm being temperature. I mean, not that we get really cold here, but like, who doesn't love a toasty bun? All right, so look at all this stuff. Fun. You know what? As your friend, I decided you don't need any more bathroom content. One of the other things I have to do this morning is gather a bunch of clothes, and I'm talking a bunch of clothes. And what I'm going to try to do is resell them, and then what I can't resell, I will donate. So let me get to that. Fun. I really like clothes, and I feel like what clothes do for me is what Superman's cape does for him. When I wear them, I just like to inhabit them. I feel like clothing, to me, I just love to like embrace it and just like let it bring something out in me. And so I love to experiment with clothes. You don't have to buy expensive clothes in order to have individual style or a unique sensibility around the looks you're putting together. It occurred to me as I just started filming, like, what am I wearing today? And then I thought, what was I wearing when I was filming the other day? And then which I wasn't paying attention to at all. But yeah, I guess since I'm gonna be putting myself online, and I do like clothes a lot, generally I think I'm going to wanna pay attention to what I'm wearing, I think. Anyway, I need to get rid of some clothes. This is only a chunk of it. Marie Kondoing my workspace. I wanna put all my energy into making this place a creative, warm, supportive, just safe, calm space for me to just live into, for me to just grow into. Like, that's really what I see for this phase in my life. That's what I see for this new studio. I mean, that's what I see for my community. That's what I see for my projects. That's what I see for my auditions, my bookings, my music. And I just see everything opening up for me. All of it. And I don't even know how. I just wrapped a feature in October called Regression. It's an independent horror film about past life regression. It follows a group of college kids. It's a horror film, but it's dramatic. These roles are juicy. These performances are meaty. Like, I'm so excited to see this film. I mean, the work that this particular crew and cast put in, I'm just excited to see it. And what can I tell you about that? That project came into my life by way of the director, Melissa Vitello, who we've worked together a handful of times. There was this like short form media production company many years ago. She would produce these projects, and it was like pretty good day rate. I would be able to get the footage back, and ultimately that was how I was able to build my demo reel. Building your demo reel is a whole entire topic, I suppose, for actors who are just starting out. Maybe I could talk about that if that's something you guys are interested in. It all depends on your goals. If I want to be an actor, all I need to do is show that I can act. If you want to be like a DP or a director, like, then you're definitely going to want to make sure that your footage looks expensive and beautiful. There's so many low budget filmmaking hacks that we could just search on this platform alone, which is where I get so much of my information. Honestly, I love YouTube. I mentioned I was a graphic designer in a former life, and I went into the field briefly, quickly realizing that, you know, I needed to make a change. I'm hesitating right now because I'm thinking if I should tell the story or not. I swear to you, I only started this tangent to let you guys know that I passed college graphic design courses with YouTube tutorials. But the video takes an entire turn from here. So strap in. When I first moved to Los Angeles, I worked as a graphic designer at this creative firm whose clients were basically all real estate agents. So we would be building their websites, doing their logos, like building out their identity system so that these real estate agents could exist separately from the company that they worked under. It was a long time ago. This was before like the agency blew up and all that. That was my first job. I think I was hired because I'm really good in an interview, which is why auditioning is just totally fine and fun for me, because I love to go into kind of those pressure cooker situations and just kind of feel on the spot. Like I have to kind of be prepared, just listen, respond. You're there to do something. You're there to get something. And it's just like a scene. When you break down a scene, any character in a scene has an objective, has multiple objectives. They want something. They wouldn't be there unless they wanted something. So it's up to you as the actor to figure out what you want and then how to get it. And these could be subtle tactics. These could be more direct tactics. I just like having an objective, like a goal, and having to figure out my way to it. Working backwards, like I said. Maybe that's the title of this video. Tangent, back to the story. My second job, I worked for this company that had offices in Malibu and a retreat center in Costa Rica. They were administering plant medicine at this beautiful retreat center down in Costa Rica. I'm so sorry to butt in on that riveting story. I realized that I didn't properly explain what plant medicine is, and although I'm not an expert, I feel like for the context of the story, it's important that I explain to you what I'm talking about. Definition of plant medicine. We can look it up together. I wonder if both things can happen at the same time. Maybe they can. Okay, cool, let's see. Plant medicine is known as an herbal medicine, botanical medicine, or phytomedicine. It is the use of plants or parts of plants for medicinal purposes. Plant medicines can be used to treat diseases, promote general health, or maintain health. They've become really, really popular in the last couple years. Specifically, the retreat center that I was going to specialized in ayahuasca, which is a big one that I'm sure you guys probably heard about. It's a tropical vine. It's a tropical vine native to the Amazon region, noted for its hallucinogenic properties. A hallucinogenic drink prepared from the bark of ayahuasca. It tastes like shit too. So we would drink that at night, and then in the morning they would administer San Pedro, which I didn't know until just now, I believe, is in the mescaline family. Surprise. It was fabulous, actually. I had never been more loving. I went back into my phone to see if I could find anything from this ayahuasca journey, and I was able to locate some footage. So after I tell the story, and I'm going to do a reaction to it because I haven't watched it yet, so we can watch it together for the first time. I think it's going to be weird. It might get emotional. Stay tuned. Mud baths, colonics, yoga, meditation. They had these like seminars. It was quite extensive. I was hired to help them build out their identity system. I am now being flown down to Costa Rica to experience this center. It felt very White Lotus before White Lotus. On the way down, I meet a couple guys who were part of this production company in San Diego. There's this writer, a team of photographers, there was influencer types, it was kind of this hodgepodge group of kind of randoms who didn't know each other. And so we're all experiencing this center for the first time. And I was privy to the spiritual healing community. That's why I kind of, approached this company in the first place. And then the first night rolls around where the shaman shows up, arriving time to either go to bed or stay up. And in a couple hours, the first drink of ayahuasca will happen. The plant medicine ceremonies will begin. I was definitely a little bit trepidatious, but I also was just, my curiosity was kind of outweighing any kind of fear that I might have had about it. So my curiosity had been piqued months before that. And this was way before anyone was talking about this. And who's that actor that was a child actor who, is it Andrew? Anyone from my generation will probably recognize his face because he's in like those teen movies. Is it 10 Things I Hate About You, or is it, what is it? She's All That, or shit, I don't know. Anyway, this company worked closely with him. I met him a handful of times, and he was kind of the only like public figure that was talking about ayahuasca at the time and healing. And then Michelle Rodriguez came out and said something that she had done it in Peru, and like that was a big thing. Chelsea Handler came out with a documentary or docuseries on Netflix where she went down to, was it Costa Rica, to do ayahuasca and filmed the whole thing. Oh my God, I did that like a year ago and I haven't even told anybody about this. There's this shaman, he's this Brazilian guy, lines us up with this like pipe and like what looked like wood chips in the end of it, and he put it to the tip of our nose and like blew it into our nose, and it was like this instant like, oh, like it felt like wood chips just right into your nose. Horrible. The sensation, like kind of, you're tearing a little bit and then you just kind of like settle in, and then all of a sudden you're just so relaxed because it was a beautiful natural relaxation. And I was already giddy and ready to go, so I didn't need it, but it's this beautiful large gazebo, brand new, gorgeous light wood floors, pillars, sliding doors with glass, and then this ceiling that had this opening at the top of it so you could see the night sky. You drink it, it's this like black, muddy shot of just liquid. Like it's like mud. It's this feminine kind of motherly force, and it kind of, you feel kind of drunk, honestly. You feel like, yeah, like your body's a little like, yeah, you definitely feel drunk in your body. But I did feel a presence of a dog from childhood that had passed away kind of come to me and like just lay her head right on my hip. That's a whole nother story. Poor girl. She passed away in my arms. I'll tell you that story if you ever want to hear it. But I can't be going on any more tangents. A lot of people were puking. A lot of people. The second night was very intense. I spent the entire night with my eyes closed on my back, just experiencing what this plant had to show me. I mean, when I tell you that there were things that were confirmed for me around childhood judgments and beliefs and misperceptions that I could never have identified up until that moment, but that I was like somehow suspicious of in this like weird shadow of a memory. It was almost like I already knew it, but I wasn't aware of it. That's what the downloads felt like. It was not new. It was brand new information, but it was like a cosmic reminder of everything that I already knew, but that I couldn't articulate yet. I saw myself performing. I saw myself coming alive in the performance space. Up until that point, I was so resistant, admitting even to myself that was something that I wanted to do, that was something that I was called to do, that was something I was pulled to do. I picked my whole self up, moved across the country to the mecca of the entertainment industry, and here I was trying to force a graphic design career that was not working, and denying my true intentions, my dreams, even to myself. It's this strange paradox when you don't feel worthy. It's this really strange paradox when you don't feel worthy. You want to fly close to the sun, but you never really burn. Bro, I just want to set myself on fucking fire. Like up in flames, baby. Rocket ship. I want to be seen. I want to be known. I want to be heard. I want my art to resonate. I want my voice to connect. I want to build something beautiful, something powerful, something that matters, that people give a shit about. One of my hopes is that by creating this online community that I'll feel less alone, maybe. Like I life is fucking weird. It's hard out here. So much of my life is consumed by just trying to make sure that I can sustain my dreams, that it's hard to be truly invested in when I'm trying to track down the next job, you know? But I'm ready for something to break. All right, let me get to my tasks here. This must have been like the drive-in. I won't bore you with this too much. You get the picture. It was definitely dry season, I remember that. Oh, and I'm just remembering that we went ziplining too. It's a beautiful place. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Oh yeah. They had little monkeys.
Monkey crossing.
Carlos and Rob. Okay, here comes video. I'm a little nervous to see this. I don't think I was very comfortable talking on camera. I definitely, oh gosh. I didn't know this was gonna be so confronting, but here we go. I will be entering my first ayahuasca journey. Slightly nervous and apprehensive. I think that fear really only comes out of the fact that my mind has never gone where it's about to go. Oh, baby. And I think just like anything, the build-up is scary. I feel like this is gonna be a roller coaster, you know what I mean? It's going uphill, and you're scared the whole way up, but then as soon as you start going down that hill, you start having a blast. And you realize how fun it was. You realize why you put yourself in that situation. It takes you right outside of your comfort zone. When you step outside of your box gets bigger. People don't like thinking outside the box or stepping outside of their own comfort zone, and I don't think that I'm gonna necessarily enjoy it either, but I know that it's something that I need. It's calling me, and I just had a interaction with an empath where I'm staying.
Oh my God.
She was kind of compelled towards me, and she grabbed my hand, and she's told me that I am... Okay, hold on, pause. I never... Wow, I have so many thoughts. Wow. First of all, it's wild. It's wild. Like, that's me. And I remember everything. I remember all of this so well. But I just forgot all of it, too, at the same time. So there's that. I'm also, like, looking at my face. I'm like, he's so young. Wow. What a young... But also, what a wise young man. Also, like, brush your hair. Did not know hair care, skin care. Just wasn't privy. And the empath comment was so silly. I do remember that, though, because there was a woman there. She was an empath, as she claimed. She also, you know, a medium, psychic medium, and was, like, feeling into me. And also, I love, like, the roller coaster metaphor. Like, it's very that. Here I am, 23-year-old kid. I don't know what I'm gonna find out 23, about myself, about my life. I know that there are things that are probably buried deep down that I'm not even thinking about. That
You're
sure
goddamn right there are, young man.
That may not necessarily be easy to deal with, but I feel like I'm reflective enough and... They will continue to surface. And mature enough. That's all I hope to receive. Let's go! I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, you know, I'm really scared. But I think that the sooner that I can get past the fear, the sooner I can stop fighting. Fuck this, sorry, there's bugs everywhere. As soon as I can stop fighting the inevitable, the sooner I'll be able to step into my higher self. And I feel like I'm already on that journey, but there's definitely some things I need to work out. There are definitely things that he needs to work out. But what I will say is that I think that one of the biggest changes that I've learned is how Jesus, there's something squeaky about this desk. This young man has a lot to learn, of course, but what I really believe has been such a massive shift, and anybody out there this fits for, just how I personally relate to those things, right? And it's really amazing to watch this young man and how gentle he is and how soft-spoken he is and how intentional he is, but that I never gave myself credit for that back then, ever. And I can't believe how impressive he is when he talks. At 23 years old, I can't believe it. That's pretty incredible, right? Like he has this foresight, this vision, and I just think that that's so brilliant, and I'm so proud of him for that. Like that's so amazing. It's really a Christopher Nolan Inception kind of thing happening right now, where I'm like staring at his eyes like, wow, that's wild.
I don't know what my calling is.
Yeah, you do.
I have a pretty good idea of a lot of different things that I want to do creatively.
Yup.
But
Still do.
Nothing that is at the forefront that seems like something that I am good enough at in order to manifest. And right now, I'm okay with that.
Wow. That's heavy, bro. I do kind of want to see if there's one after the fact. Should I just keep looking? Would you guys be mad? Just a heads up, I couldn't find any videos from directly after the fact. I don't think I took any. You would drink ayahuasca at night, and then in the morning you'd be administered San Pedro. So there was no time that you would want to be on your phone in this environment. You would be in the water, at the beach, like totally disconnected. It was so beautiful, so rare, and having that shared experience with these complete strangers, you really did have this bond by the end that you could not deny. There was this genuine love that existed between everyone in this shared respect. Here we go.
I actually just got to witness a ceremony. I also don't really want to record that much because so much about being in the right headspace.
Wow, I didn't know I had all this footage. This is... Okay.
Costa Rica is gorgeous. It's insane. You can see the moon right there. It's lighting up the whole... I'm definitely nervous.
What the fuck is that noise? Not that noise, that's a plane. Hold for plane.
And the balance for me in my life.
The balance for me in my life. That was a huge theme I was working with back then. Balance.
Under the stars.
Which I could still come back to.
In 24 hours, I will be entering my first ayahuasca journey.
Okay, I'm just still so tripped out. Sorry to keep stopping. I'm still so tripped out that I have this footage. I'm also like very embarrassed by it, and I'm just trying to hold back my cringe, but it's sweet and it's cute and a younger version of me. Like this is not cringe at all. Right, guys?
The fear is gone. The excitement is more than I can explain.
It doesn't really seem like it, but
I think that I want to ask.
Interesting, like not even really knowing how to frame the questions, how to like listen inwardly, just to realize that all of the questions and the answers are right there. I listened to him say, I don't know how to get there. All I have to do is let go of things that I already was aware of. Anyway,
The plan.
and that's good advice for anybody, just letting go in general. Let go. You only have so much capacity, energy, mentally, emotionally, creatively. So you have to be intentional with how you're using it. So if you're using it and you're expelling that valuable energy in an area that is not reciprocating something supportive back or feeding you back in a way that is in alignment and fueling your purpose, it's really important to take a look at that and then let that go. And by letting that go, you've created space for what is actually for you in this new, continued, upgraded version of you to just naturally fill into that space that you created by letting go of what was no longer for you. Bars.
Because I know it's big. I know there's something inside me that has been pulling me in this direction for years. And it was only exactly a year ago that I was able to finally begin this journey. And now 1 year later, here I am.
Whoa.
It's a trip.
Chills. I just remember that this happened. The first night of the ayahuasca journey happened 1 year to the day that I moved from Chicago to LA. Chills.
So I cannot wait to see what kind of revelations I have. It's gonna be scary. It's gonna be funny. Maybe I'll be like dancing around, you know?
Woo!
And I'm ready to embrace it, whatever happens. So
I just love, what a genuine, sweet young man. And also, I'll never have long hair again like that.
it looked beautiful. There's a female shaman. She seems like a very motherly,
I remember her.
nurturing spirit.
I think I'm Facebook friends with her.
Strumming the guitar, humming. Everyone's laying down. They look like they're sleeping. Everyone looks like they're sleeping. But I know that they're having intense realizations. In less than 24 hours, I will be entering into my first ayahuasca journey.
There's the line again, which is so interesting that I was recording this for this video back then, because I didn't have anything to do with this back then. I didn't know what I was going to do with this, so what was I recording it for? I don't know. Now I know. This.
What a trip. Literally. Trip. Man.
Trip.
The funniest part about this whole entire experience is that I haven't even chosen this. This trip was free, the flight was free, the room is free.
Wow.
The food is free.
Wow.
The plants are free.
Whoa.
This is meant to happen, regardless of whatever, my family thinks, my friends think.
Yeah, I didn't tell anybody. I was afraid of what anybody would say. Like, no one was talking about this at the time. You try to talk about it with people, and they would just not even know what to say about it. They'd be like, huh? Like, yeah. And anyway, so I just didn't even tell anybody.
I feel like I'm on the verge of something really, really cool.
You are, young man.
I feel like I'm on the verge of something great.
Woo! Tell it. What's this?
It's April 15th, the day of my first flight, the day of my first journey with ayahuasca.
This is crazy. I didn't know this video was going to turn into this at all. But here we are. Thanks for being here.
I'm just out here early in the morning in this hammock. Absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you can hear all the birds chirping, but I'm just out here getting some writing done. I'm just trying to meditate, get my thoughts clear. My life is about to change. I think the thing that I'm most nervous about is fighting the trip, fighting with the plant.
Yeah, that's true. Like, they said that you got to give into it. You got to open up to it no matter what. You got to just let it show you what it wants to show you, because if you close off to it, if you fight it off, it's going to be a really scary, terrifying experience. The woman shaman who facilitated on the night that I did not participate, which I forgot that there was a night that I didn't participate. Maybe I had just gotten there. I forget. There was 3 nights that I did the ceremonies, and on the 3rd night, that shaman, the woman, was our facilitator, and it was absolutely beautiful.
Have you ever had a bad trip? I've done acid, I've done mushrooms, done salvia.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know I was gonna spill those beans.
And I've had great experiences on all 3, and I've had some not so great experiences on all 3.
True.
The thing about the worst experiences on all 3 is that when you're having a shitty experience, you're trying to fight it, and you don't want to be tripping anymore. But then you seem to trip harder. And I think that because I'm familiar with that feeling, that's the thing that I'm most nervous about. I cannot wait to get closer with Source, with whatever God there is.
Whoa.
And gratuity, positivity.
Gratuity? I think I meant gratitude. Is gratuity the same thing? Comment below.
While everyone gets ready for Coachella, I get ready for my very first ayahuasca journey. To each his own.
Insane behavior. He's just getting unruly now.
I just cannot wait to get closer with whatever it is that's inside of me that is burning. I'm seeking to understand myself. I'm seeking to understand the way I interact with the world and nature. And I want to be a light for my family, my friends,
my enemies if I have them. I am a creative and I want to continue along this path. Writing, designing, singing, music, expression.
Say it.
It's just the only thing that feels right inside my heart. And I want to know why.
Oh.
And I want to know where that's taking me.
Oh.
And so far, I feel protected. I feel guided and I feel strong. So
Oh.
I can only imagine that these plants are going to do absolutely incredible things for me. The only thing I need to know how to do when I'm in that intense, mind-altering state is just to remember to breathe and remember that it's all temporary. If I'm scared, it'll be over soon. If I'm sad, it'll pass. Who fucking knows? I could be dancing my ass off. What if I burst out in song? We'll see. I'm open to anything. This path has kind of guided me because I've been so open with myself and my feelings and my wants and my desires and my needs. I'm 23 years old. Well, I have so much life left to live.
Oh.
And starting today, I feel like I'm gonna finally start living it. I lost my best friend when I was 19. Her name is Emma.
Wow. I also want to just say that it's 10:10 on the clock right now where I am. I don't know how to prove it to you, but 10:10 p.m. as I'm talking about my best friend Emma, who passed away, who always shows up. I just feel like that's Emma saying hello. So hey Emma, let's all say hey Emma. Comment below, let Emma know. Give Emma a shout out.
I feel like she's guiding me. I feel protected, and it sounds absolutely mad, but I know it to be true because I feel it in my heart. For me, it's been something that has kind of kept me going.
Wow.
I hope that ayahuasca can show me that there's not just random reason why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, that there's something inside of me that is actually already in tune with what these plants are going to tell me. I feel it so deep within myself that I know it to be true. I've seen it. I swear I felt it. So I'm over the moon about it.
I love that.
That I feel that it's my mission to make sure that I'm seeking to understand myself and the world and pushing myself along this path of positivity and prosperity because she wasn't able to. I'm at peace, usually.
Poor guy.
Ooh. You can start crying now. I love her, and everything I do is a combination of things, but it's very much in tribute to her, my family, my friends, myself. Just want to be the kind of person that... just want to be the best version of myself.
He's such a tender. He's so perfect. He's so sweet. And he didn't even know it. Alright, I think we're up to speed. Aren't we? I had no idea this video was going to take a turn like that, and I'm so happy that it did. Wow. Not even just the crazy turn about Costa Rica being the catalyst for which I changed my career path, but the fact that I've found all that footage along the way, and then through that footage, I'm able to receive confirmation and messages from my former self, the self that didn't even know a lot of the things that he was about to find out. And it's wild. The fact that we can just record videos and have memories like that is pretty amazing. So maybe I'm happy that I'm taking all this time to kind of put together and produce these long form videos for you guys so you can get inside of my mind a little bit. And hopefully you guys feel comfortable to share your minds too. I'd love to hear from you guys. What'd you think of this video? The way it ended up? I'll see you in the next one.